So one advantage of using HathiTrust over Google Books is when you're trying to research a multi-volume work or a periodical. Let's imagine you're an English professor teaching a survey course about 19th century British literature, and you're wanting students to learn more about Walter Scott and the context in which he wrote his famous Waverley novels. You obviously want students to consult scholarly sources and not just Wikipedia, but you also want them to understand the context of the novel by consulting primary sources and finding out how writers in Sir Walter Scott's time responded to the novel. And as you read about Walter Scott in Wikipedia, we find out that he helped to found the Tory Quarterly Review, but he was also a contributor to the Edinburgh Review. So, how might we find something written about the Waverley novels if we were to search for it in the Edinburgh Review or in the Quarterly Review? Well, let's say we were trying to research the Edinburgh Review. Our first step in normal research process is we'd try to find a way to see every volume of the Edinburgh Review in order from the first volume in 1802 all the way to the last volume in 1929. Well, you can try Googling Edinburgh Review. You can see many results for the Edinburgh Review, but they're not in a particular chronological order. We have 1810, 1850, 1910, and I can try filtering by free Google Books to only get public domain results. I can also try sorting by the date instead of by relevance, but even then, when I go back several pages, I can see that the results still aren't in any neat order, and I can't even find the first Edinburgh Review from 1802, which is frustrating to say the least. But if I go to a HathiTrust record for the Edinburgh Review, which look at that, it's come up in our Google search, you'll see that all the records have been organized in here from volume 1 in 1802 to volume 250 in 1929, although it is only in the public domain up to 1924, so that's as far as our full view is going to get. And if we click into the record for volume 1, we get a full view and we can see the record here for volume 1. We can even go into thumbnail view and we can take a look at the table of contents. But the question is, how are we going to find information about the Waverley novels in the Edinburgh Review? We could try the search bar. We could search for Waverley. And unfortunately, nothing comes up when we do that. But there's another way to find information about the Waverley novels in the Edinburgh Review, and that is by using a full text search. So we'll navigate back to the main page for the HathiTrust, and we'll click on Advanced Full Text Search, and then we will enter in only full text, and we'll search for Waverley. And then we will search for the title, the Edinburgh Review. And then what will come up is a list of records that have the title, the Edinburgh Review, and the full text, Waverley. And then we can check and we can see, when did the Waverley novels come out? They came out in 1814. Okay, so probably this record from 1814, this volume from 1814, this is probably the one we're looking for. So we click into there. And then we can do a full text search for Waverley. And we might have to find kind of the earliest page, navigate around. But if we click in, voila, we have an article in here about the Waverley novels. It is wonderful what genius and adherence to nature will do in spite of all disadvantages. Here is a thing obviously very hastily and in many places very unskillfully written. The secret of this success, however, is merely that the author is a person of genius. So here we get this really rich historical context from a primary source written at the time that Waverley first came out. Another thing that we can do is we can go into thumbnail view, and if we log in with our Indiana University account, you can actually click just the pages that contain this article. So I'm clicking the pages. And then you can download just those pages, and HathiTrust will create a PDF with just the pages that you've selected, and it'll prepare that for you, and you click download PDF, and then once it's downloaded, you'll be able to open that in the PDF reader of your choice, and then you have a primary source that you can consult in your own preferred format.